Hi everyone, just going to continue on with some of these videos to give you some tips to try and make number a little bit more fun, but also to help sort of consolidate some understanding for the children. So what I want to look at here today are factors. This is something that does cause a few problems in Key Stage 2, so probably worth getting to grips with what a factor is, and a couple of tips today to look at how we might sort of ingrain that idea within the pupils. So a factor is a whole number that divides exactly into another whole number. Nothing really overly difficult there. So as a simple example, the factors of 12 are these 6 numbers. They will all divide into 12 without a remainder, so they will easily fit in a way. So we've got 1, which is a factor of everything, because it will divide into every single number. We've got 2, because we can see that this is an even number. We know that 3, when we count the 3's, we land on 12. Similarly with 4, same with 6, which is half of 12, and 12 itself, of course. We'll not forget the number itself. Now, I have paired these because there is a link to times tables again. 1 times 12 is 12. That's a pair of factors. 2 times 6 is 12, another pair of factors, and 3 times 4 is 12. So you've got your third pair of factors. And interestingly, what we're going to go on and do it is linked to that idea that most of these come in pairs. So, FactorBugs, little bug here, and what we do, this is designed to help the children remember factors, so they can remember the image of a factor bug and the sort of activity they've done around that. It is designed to help them remember what a factor is and distinguish it from a multiple. So what we do is we start, as you can see I've sort of filled this one out already, we're trying to find the factors of 20. What we do in the antennae up here, that we always put on the head of the bug, is the number 1. As we said earlier, it's a factor of everything, and 20. So the first pair of factors is always the number that's in here and 1. So it's always a starting point. So always encourage the children to do that bit first, 1 and the middle number. 1 times 20 gives you 20. What we can then do is start to write down the numbers that we've tried. So 1 and 20 we've got apart, give us a bit of space to put something in here as we go along. What we're trying to do is make sure we get all the factors. So if we try to look at this in order in some way, so we're trying to organise our ideas. So we've started with 1, we're then going to try 2. Again, we know that it's an even number, so we know that 2 is a factor, we can see quite quickly, and it's paired with the 10. So this idea of pairing gives us the legs over here, and it helps us sort of organise our work. So we've got 2 and 10 across here, which we've listed down here. We try 3. Now, most of us will recognise 3 is not a factor of 20, so it's down here and we've put a line through it. 4 is, and 4 times 5, so we can see that the 5 goes on as well. So that's another pair of legs for our bug. And 6 doesn't work, 7, 8 and 9 don't, and we get to 10, which we already have down here, and then that's when we know we've got them all. This is half of 20, so anything else above that isn't going to work. So what we have then got is we've quite a well organised bug with our numbers. So we've got 6 factors for 20, which are 1, 2, 4, 5, 10 and 20. So yeah, hopefully that makes sense. If you've mastered that, all you really need to do is any number that you want in the middle, start with your 1 and the number, and then work through systematically to try and get your answers. So here's 4. Stick with quite small numbers. Stick potentially with even numbers to begin with, just to get used to this. You don't want to be trying anything too difficult. I think it's the process. You want to get children encouraged to master that first, and then try some of the trickier numbers. Here's a few suggestions to get you started. And if you feel you need a little bit of a reminder of this, of course, just watch the video again, practice it a couple of times, and hopefully it'll make sense. So, best of luck.